And Shockey for the first of what could be many here this afternoon, and a violation already to start. And the Terps will have the opening possession. Take a look at the Terps lineup here as they go on attack left to right here in the white uniforms this afternoon with the red numbers.
Jared Bernhardt has been virtually unguardable in his return to College Park. Anthony DeMeo, he had 6 points, 3 goals and 3 assists in the last meeting in 2019 against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. The defense led by Brett Makar. Nick Grildo, 3-time defending Defensive Player of the Week in the Big Ten.
In front, shot and a goal right away. Maltz on the interior, cashes it home, and the Terps take the early 1-0 lead 28 seconds into the game.
Tic-tac-toe, Logan Wisnauskas. Raise your glass one more time at Dimitri's in Catonsville for the attack. They seem to really have adjusted to the shot clock era.
Dodge from behind the goal, low to high. That shot's going to go long, and it'll be backed up by Rutgers. And the Scarlet Knights will start to clear.
A little uncharacteristic right there. Wisnauskas front swung. I think he was looking for a feed from Bernhardt. He shoots it. No backup at first possession here for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Long lead ahead, gets deflected, but picked up, and Rutgers, unsettled situation. Great pass right there on the crease. Shot! Great fake! And a cash in. Charalambides puts it home, and Rutgers ties it at 1.
You want goals, you want fast-paced lacrosse, this is the place to be on your Saturday afternoon. Maryland had an opportunity to pick up that outlet pass, but it...
Catch there by Malever in traffic. Switches sides of the field, ball down. Ball still down. And a nice pickup there by Gene Felix, but he throws it away. Terps able to get it back here. Shot clock still at 12. Now they do reset it. They finally reset the shot clock. Here's Bernhardt. Wrap around. Got it. Jared Bernhardt dodging from behind the goal, the one-hander, and he finds the net. 2-1 Maryland with 11:29 to go here in the first quarter.
Bigger, faster, and stronger. That is Jared Bernhardt thus far in 2021. It's not just that he scores goals, but look at him sticking his nose into the ground ball scrum. His check on Gene Felix creates the ground ball. They get the ball to number 1. Here's your number 1 versus your number 1. A little bit of a ghost pick by Wisnauskas. Go down and placing the ball in. It's all judged from up top instead of being like a bird's eye in your face kind of view. And that's big. 2 violations so far against Rutgers.
Wisnauskas keeps it moving to Maltz. Back up top here for Fairman. Fairman with a shorty on the far side and Coyne. Long shot from the top, and Bernhardt right on cue. Markey showed us dodging coming from behind. That time a sniper from 13, and Maryland leads it 3-1.
We saw Michael Smith, a basketball player from the University of Michigan yesterday. Look at the numbers last week against the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays, but Mike Smith is a guy who can pop threes, he can beat you off the dribble, and he can also dish the rock. That's the Swiss Army knife that Jared Bernhardt is, and that one, these 2 or 3 turnovers we've seen the last 2 possessions knocked down and taken care of by the Maryland defense.
Terps have 4 man-up goals on the season so far. Let's see what they do here with a 30-second EMO. Cross box pass. Here comes the long shot from Fairman. It's wide. Backed up by DeMeo, who puts it back in play here for the Terps. Bernhardt comes in front. Nobody stops the ball, Mark. That's the most important thing, and he has a wide open chance right in front. Already a hat trick for Jared Bernhardt. He knew it was number 3 versus number 4 on the marquee, and number 1 has taken over early.
EMO situation. Ball's at X with Bernhardt. Is he going to pass? Is he going to shoot? That's way too easy.
Clearance call against Rutgers. Terps back on the EMO. They just scored a moment ago. Brown keeps it moving here from Wisnauskas. DeMeo fires on the near side and hits the outside of the cage, and Kirst able to gobble up the ground ball here. Gene Felix with a long pass up the sideline. Russo, he'll make another long pass down the sideline. Great clear here from Rutgers. Sets up a semi-unsettled situation for them. Coming backside, here's a shot. Oh, what a beauty from Charalambides. Just below the hip and into the net. and Rutgers gets a badly needed goal. Both of them, Mark, have come unsettled here in this first quarter, but one when they really needed it.
Maryland is really pressing on the ride and on the stopping Rutgers from clearing. They're almost
in for Rutgers.
Terrific face-off kid. They really haven't had that stud face-off guy since Joe Nardella graduated a few years ago, and Eugenio really gives them some muscle at the dot.
Sprock, nice dodge to a left-handed shot, and he scores! What a dodge by David Sprock, and just like that, Rutgers back in it as the junior out of Dallas makes it a 4-3 game.
Agent Zero had a really good freshman campaign. You want to see a textbook, just split dodge, split right, dodge left. It's right here. I'll go this way, boom, coming back, bouncer, pass McNaney.
6 on 6 with all 6 guys very effective out on the field.
No question. When you look at Syracuse, that is a midfield that has to be double pulled. Against this team, these two teams, you can't double pull the midfield because the attack is so dangerous.
Kyle Long re-dodging, goes up top and puts it in the roof. And it's a 5-3 Maryland lead as Kyle Long took his time, and the junior from Springfield, PA, puts the lead in 2.
You want to talk about an underrated Maryland player, or really an underutilized player over the last couple of years. Maybe number 23, Kyle Long, comes to mind. He can dodge from up top long, and he can also just invert you, and that's a beautiful move. Played attack in high school.
Well back behind the goal. Sprock. Played by the shorty. Now they'll back things out here with Knobloch. Hurst trying to get down the right alleyway. McGrill forcing him to give it up here. Charalambides now with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense here in the 6 on 6 for the Terrapins, as it has been most of the game. It's been unsettled situations that has allowed Rutgers to score. Mullins in front to Gallagher. Didn't get a ton on the bounce shot, Mark, but effective enough to get it in. And Rutgers cuts the lead to 1 at 5-4. Ryan Gallagher, the junior out of Atlanta, puts it home for the Scarlet Knights.
I think when you look at Rutgers in 21, you want to talk about their transition and how they get up and down the field, but they can be patient and they can play 6 on 6 with the best of them. What I like about this possession is attacking from X, the area behind the cage.
Again, delayed flag down here against Maryland. Scott. Nice long pass here across box. Sprock stumbles a little bit. Picked up on the switch by Geppert, the long stick midfielder. Scott dodging against the shorty far side. Sprock up top. Long range shot, he scores! David Sprock, the junior out of Dallas. We saw a couple of great dazzling dodges from him, Mark, and now we see him play the role of sniper from up top, and Rutgers has gotten even at 5.
It's a pretty simple equation. Go from defense to offense, make saves. Look at Kurst get down low and snuff out that opportunity from Fairman. And then Sprock. Beautiful shot.
And Bob Olson leading the way. Sweeney, 50 goals in the season, still the all-time mark in Rutgers. They won that game by a score of 9-8.
And the only team that Rutgers has not beaten since the Big Ten's inception for men's lacrosse, these Maryland Terrapins.
Near side shot. Oh, what a placement by Mullins. He somehow finds room inside McNaney and the pipe, and just like that, Rutgers with the EMO goes up 6-5.
This shot just catches McNaney going from pipe to pipe, and he just doesn't have good position. He didn't read it correctly. But you got to credit Mullins with that shot. Look at the placement. I believe it was 5-hole right there. Beautiful shot.
They crunch him, create the turnover. Bernhardt trying to operate now at the other end. Brown dodging. Now having to back pedal here. Shot clock is at 20 for Maryland. 6-5 Rutgers. Second quarter action here in College Park. Malever. Shot clock at 10. Inside Wisnauskas finds a rocket just underneath of the crossbar, and he ties it up at 6.
Man, you can hear that one throughout Capital One Field at Maryland Stadium. That sound. Pete, that's what would happen if you stepped in to play goal against me. I think I'd pick my corner, and I think I'd
keeper had 20 saves, and Salisbury had 30 goals.
Yeah.
You know, with the style of lacrosse we're trending toward in a lot of places now, your goalies are going to see a lot more shots than they've ever seen before.
Lehigh a week ago did a Princeton-like performance against Loyola. They won 16 out of 19 faceoffs. They drained the shot clock. They even had 3 or 4 shot clock violations in that game. They only played 17 players and ground out a 10-6 win.
Mullins free in front of the crease, and a great shot fake, and then he puts it home, and Rutgers goes back on top 7-6 with 5:03 to go here in the quarter.
Terrific. We just talked about Wisnauskas moving without the ball. Look at the defenders that Connor Kirst attracts, and I like that because Kirst now, instead of saying
Clearing pass. So failed clear for Maryland.
they are sliding super fast on Connor Kirst. If Rutgers can fill that spot quickly, Kirst has his head up.
Sprock gets free, and McNaney makes the save. Sprock tried to go upstairs that time, and McNaney had the answer for the Terrapins. Here they come in transition. Long-range shot. Score! Josh Kaufman puts it home with a long-range bomb in transition at 3:48. We're tied at 7.
Kirst made the save, and Rutgers turned it into a goal a couple minutes ago. Logan McNaney says, whatever you can do, I can do it better. Sprock, the riser, easily snuffed out. And then look at Kaufman, just steps up, a la Steph.
Playing his role here critically for the Terrapins. Getting back with another chance here, tied at 7. Maltz passed behind him, took his eye off briefly. Terps able to run it down, though, with Jake Higgins. Waves of momentum going back and forth. Tied at 6, now tied at 7. Bernhardt against Gene Felix. Fires the shot and scores. His 4th of the day as Jared Bernhardt puts Maryland back on top of the pinball game with 3:11 to go in the second quarter.
Bernhardt with a great shot. Almost used Gene Felix as a screen. Utilized the pick. But then here I think Gene Felix thinks he's going to continue upfield. And I think that...
An extra man here for a minute. Shot is wide. Crank shot coming from Kirst on the far side.
You see him talking to himself over there after that miss. He wants to contribute on the score sheet. He wants to find the back of the cage.
He's been a willing feeder when they've triple teamed him at times. He has contributed. Here's one right down the chute. Knobloch from 15 yards away. And we're tied at 8 with 1:31 to go here in the first half. Special teams coming up large for the Scarlet Knights.
In the year of the experience, the 5th years, the grad transfers, Shane Knobloch, a freshman, and he could have made one more to Kirst, who was open on the backside. But look at the...
Back to Gallagher here. Shot clock at 30. 9-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Charalambides. Nicely done. He goes low to low. And the great 8 makes it 9-8. Rutgers with 28 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Charalambides so smart. Watch him finesse the Maryland defense. Puglisi, he gets the shorty matchup that he wants. Gets leverage, watch the slide, and then watch the over the head. Boop, you miss me, I'm going back the other way, because with the help coming backside, Puglisi's like, oh, you got a shot at the stick? And then he just leverages his muscle and his...
Seconds to go in the quarter.
It's like Charalambides had eyes in the back of his head almost on that one.
But when you have the kind of point numbers he has in his Rutgers career, you wonder if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Long. Nice catch by DeMayo there. 6 seconds to go. They keep it moving, looking in front. Oh, backhander inside by Maltz. Another highlight film goal with 3 seconds to go. We're tied at 9.
The hits just keep coming on BTN Men's Lacrosse. Look at this ball handle and shot by Maltz. Takes it down at his shoelaces. The only place he could shoot it was the backhand wrister, and holy smokes for the Terps.
Over gets it across, still has it. He wanted to take a crank shot, his stick got hit. Ends up going wide, backed up here by Maltz for the Terrapins.
Malever, one of those very talented freshmen coming into this Terrapin class, earning some minutes in a midfield role.
Bernhardt with a beauty to Maltz right on the crease, and he puts it home with a one-timer. And the Terps go back on top 10-9 with 11:47 to go here in the third.
You think about the inside scorers that Maryland has had over the years. We talked about Hot Plate, Pat Hahn on the all-time scoring list. The phone booth, Jay Carlson, Lewis Dubin, wanting to explore his options. I mean, just because you entered a transfer portal doesn't mean you're going to leave your current home. It's got to be the right fit. It's been the right fit for Brill in Maryland.
Shot clock under 30 now for Rutgers. Scott, from a tough angle, comes inside, shoots and scores! Beautiful shot from Ross Scott, the sophomore out of West Lynn, Oregon, from an acute angle. And he finds it. 7:03 to go in the third. We're tied at 10.
Mixing and matching for this Rutgers offensive unit and their offensive coordinator, Eric Malever. Scott, just look at him get a little bit of a step on Higgins, and then Higgins just over pursues just a tad. And Scott is able to duck underneath. Little shoelace right there. I thought he was going to continue behind the cage, but watch him find just a sliver of an open.
Terps with some patience here as Long will back up toward the corner. 40 on the shot clock, 56 on the game clock. Third quarter, we're tied at 10 here in College Park. Number 3, Maryland. Number 4, Rutgers. 25. Long gets away, fires and scores. Kyle Long with a patient dodge from the back corner. He goes up high. And Maryland goes on top 11-10 with 38 seconds remaining in the third.
This looked like the defense blitzed and a draw play was called. I mean, there you have 5 red jerseys converging on Kyle Long, and no,
fortunately not through the opening he was looking for, and that's the goal.
Rutgers has done a nice job with DeMeo. As we talked about earlier, 6 points in the last meeting between these two teams. They've handcuffed him today, as Maryland has Connor Kirst.
Bernhardt putting on a dodging clinic. And he puts it home for number 5 on the day. With 13:51 to go in the fourth, indeed it's Maryland who gets to the 2-goal lead. Jared Bernhardt with his 5th mark.
Gene Felix does a great job of recovering after falling down, but this is just a first-team All-American working against a really, really good defenseman. And Bernhardt, right, good, way to bail me out.
Ball dropped here by Terps with Brown, but he's able to get it back. Bernhardt looking for more. Switches hands. Behind the goal for Brown. Colgate Raider. Started near, now goes far. Match up with a short. Shoots and scores! Griffin Brown. And the former Patriot League Rookie of the Year gives Maryland a 3-goal advantage with 12:53 to go in the fourth.
This one fooled Colin Kirst, and watch, the ball comes out of Brown's stick a little late. You can see he turns and he cocks to shoot, and it doesn't look like he hitched it, but it looks like the ball may have gotten second midfield unit, a bench production. That's something that has haunted Maryland over the last couple of years.
But to your point about depth, that's a 100-goal scorer in his career after what he did at Colgate.
And he's coming off the bench for you.
Rutgers with a badly needed face-off win there. Down 13-10. Inside, look at that. Mr. Mullins, the captain, right on cue. Brings Rutgers back to within 2 at 12:43. It's 13-11.
Huge goal. Huge goal. All in capital letters with an exclamation point behind it, and quick. That is the quick strike ability of this Rutgers team. Just coming down, nothing fancy, Maryland just staring upfield.
Game last year against Penn. Won 23 in a game last year against Old. By the goal, gets some space. Up top, Wisnauskas. He shoots and scores. He cocks the bow and arrow back, and he sends the arrow right on target. 14-11 Maryland.
Raise your glass of Uzo one last time at Dimitri's.
Did a great job before, and will do a great job again. Basically a bunch of glorified scrimmages for a lot of teams last year. Can't wait to see both of those teams in full action this coming season. DeMayo, he comes inside, high to high, he shoots and scores. The floodgates are opening up for Maryland as the depth continues to give them the ancillary scoring. 11:33 to go in the fourth. All of a sudden, Maryland with its biggest lead of the game. It's Maryland 15 and Rutgers 11.
DeMayo, little toe drag, depth, experience, and confidence. Those are three things that Maryland has in a
10-17 to go. Bernhardt against Gene Felix. He's around to the far side. Doubled, finds Brown. Starts one way, goes the other. Shot wide, backed up by the Terps. Take a look at the face-off numbers in this game as we talked about Shockey in the second half so far as we get a stoppage with the whistle.
Face-off 17-13 in favor of Maryland, but Shockey has been fantastic so far here in the second half.
Maryland's got a 4 face-off edge. They've got a 4-goal edge. Things are pretty even in the first half. Oh, what a beautiful pass from Malever to Maltz on the crease. And the crease attackman has had a big day for the Terrapins. He adds another one. It's 16-11.
Maryland has really opened this up. Beautiful look backside from the freshman Eric Malever out of Atlanta. Good job on Mullins. On ball. Off ball, Mullins has gone to work a little bit, but Makar is a good one.
Fairman, behind the net, left to right, goes out the far side. He's back up top for DeMayo. He'll keep it moving for Long now. Shot clock at 28. Long through the traffic. Oh my, look at the target placement on that one from Kyle Long for his third of the day. And the Terrapins stretch it out to 17-11. Mark, they can't miss.
Give a lot of credit to offensive coordinator Bobby Benson. Came in late after former OC J.L. Reppert took the head job at Holy Cross. That was on a Friday. By Sunday night, a couple days later, John Tillman had Bobby Benson, ex-offensive coordinator Johns Hopkins, in place. And he hasn't tinkered a whole lot with this offense.
Say his name, but not say his name.
Not block, yeah. I mean, they run 5 minutes, basically. I haven't seen Gallagher since that mishandle at the midfield. I don't know if he's injured or there's another reason.
Malever, he shoots and scores. Everything is rolling for Maryland right now, like the water on the rapids. 5:47 to go. It's Maryland 18 and Rutgers 11. What's changed here in the fourth quarter?
Face-offs and possession. You really can't ask a team to have to play this much defense against a team like Maryland. You know, like with the depth, I had him as our guest on the D Flying Dixie podcast on Inside Lacrosse. He basically said we have to prevent Maryland from going on these runs. And this is exactly what the Terps have done. They've gone on an extended run.
And they can't stop it. Bernhardt with his 6th of the day. He needed 8 to get to Matt Hahn. He's got 6. 2 away from number 3 all-time for one of the best all-time here at the University of Maryland.
You've been around this game a long time, Pete. You've watched a lot of talented players. How do you stop number 1 in white? I mean, he has been...
Just like last week against Hopkins, Maryland scored 8 in the third. Today they have 8 in the fourth. Minute 55 to go. Rutgers trying to add some cosmetology here. Charalambides
Right on the crease, nicely done. He goes upstairs. Well done by Charalambides to put it home. That'll make it a 19-12 Maryland lead. Charalambides came in with 117 career goals. Gets matched up on the shorty here. Got his momentum going one way, came back the other. A skilled attackman. One goal is the only thing that separated him after the early 4-1 Maryland lead. Rutgers came back to get the lead. We were tied at 10, and then things exploded here in the fourth quarter for Maryland, and they win it by a score of 19-12. Kaufman will roll it out here for the Terps, and they will move to 31-1 now all time against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, with a rematch coming up here in a couple of weeks.